What's up, everybody? It's Big Rock TV, and I'm back with another video. All right, so this is my new computer setup. I made a decision on which computer I was going to get, and the computer that I decided on was this, the Microsoft Surface Book 2. So let's go ahead and get into it, and I'll explain why this was my choice.
Y'all be on some other shit. It's kinda bittersweet that I fell in love with it. I always thought that if I always cared about how I dress, that folks would think I'm arrogant and chicks would lose interest. But as it turns out, people start to notice you more. You turn heads when you step foot in them sneaker stores. Like, where you get them, can I get them? What's the biggest size left? And chicks that never would.
So why did I decide to go with the Microsoft Surface Book 2 over the other options? Well, it came down to wanting to combine all three of my other devices into one. I had the Pixelbook, I had the Mac Mini, and I had a tablet. And a few of those devices oftentimes will just sit around. So I wanted to be able to have a device that would function as all three of those things, and then the only other device that I would have would be my cell phone, which is the Galaxy S10 Plus. With Microsoft and Samsung having a partnership now, my phone has a lot of Microsoft apps on it at this point, so it connects perfectly with the Surface Book. I have a lot of Microsoft apps now. I even have the Microsoft launcher on my phone currently. So I can pull up, if you can see here, it says connected to my PC there. You might not be able to see that, but my phone is currently connected to the Surface Book. So I can get text messages, I can pull up my pictures and everything that are on my phone directly to my Surface Book. It works as if it was your pictures and everything going from your iPhone to your MacBook. It works seamlessly like that. So it makes it easier if I'm filming something or I take a picture of something, I can just get on the laptop and hit the button and it pulls up just like that. The version of the Surface Book that I have is the 512 gig i7 processor with 16 gigs of RAM. That's double the RAM that I had before on the Mac Mini. I only had 8 on that one. I had 1 terabyte of storage, but I have a bunch of external hard drives now that can cover the extra storage. It came down, really, if I'm being honest with you all, it came down to the Surface Book and a Mac Mini. So much so that I actually ordered both. I ordered both the Surface Book and a 1 terabyte Mac Mini. I ordered both. And I couldn't decide because initially I picked the Surface Book as the winner. But a couple days later I said, nope, you are used to iMovie and you're used to Final Cut, so you should get the MacBook and roll with it. However, the more I thought about it, it became clear that the only reason that I was even considering the MacBook is because of iMovie and Final Cut Pro. 2 apps were the whole reason I was considering spending a lot of money on a computer rather than getting something that would cover all the bases, such as the Surface Book. Now, my hesitation on the Surface Book was it came out at the end of 2017, this version of the Surface Book. Is that a big deal? Not really. I mean, I clearly expect Microsoft to announce a Surface Book 3 here in a month. I expect that, but computers are not like phones. You know, it's not gonna be a drastic update. This computer is still very, very powerful. So I'll be able to get everything that I need. I mean, it's a huge upgrade over what I was working on before as far as power. So I definitely am comfortable right now with it. as I was struggling with finding the video editing software, because a lot of the good ones are subscription based. You know, your Adobe Premiere is subscription based. It's like $20 a month. But I did find a video editing software. In fact, the last video that you saw, which was my thank you video, was actually edited on the Surface Book. So I kind of feel like I made the right decision now, and I've actually been wanting to completely escape the Apple ecosystem for a while. Like, that MacBook was the longest reigning Apple product in my house. And I've always said to myself, if Microsoft released a Surface phone, I would go back to Microsoft, or go to Microsoft in the first place. And with their partnership with Samsung, it's kind of like Samsung devices represent Microsoft's vision right now, until hopefully one day they decide to come back and make a Surface phone, possibly with Android apps. Now currently this is my desktop setup. I'm trying to test out this keyboard. It's a lot smaller than my previous keyboard, but it gives me extra space because the trackpad serves as the mouse ultimately, and this is my previous keyboard. It's more of a full-size keyboard, and it came with the mouse, but I'll probably sell this keyboard with the mouse with the Mac Mini when I sell it. But currently, as you can see here, is a dock which is connecting the Surface Book over here to this monitor. Alright, so I love that it's just so simple to set up. All I did to connect this was plug the dock into its power charger here on the Surface Book, and then I used this to connect the HDMI to the dock, and voila, here you have my entire setup running right now. So we'll go ahead and click there and sign in. If I was looking at the laptop, it would just sign me in based off of my eyes with the Windows Hello. So as you can see, here it is. We have Filmora, which is what I use now, Filmora 9. Upon doing my research, this is one of the better video editing softwares on Windows that I found, and this one was very comparable to iMovie, which is what I'm very familiar with. And so far, I will say it's pretty close. I started editing this video with Filmora, and I found it very easy to use, and it wasn't too much of a learning curve coming from iMovie, and that's all I could ask for at the moment. So to show how easy it is to remove it from the screen, all I need to do to remove the laptop from the dock is to unplug it. Now it's unplugged, and we are in laptop mode here. So simple, so easy to do, and now I'm back to work. I can move away from my desktop setup here and work specifically from the laptop. I was listening to the MKBHD Waveform podcast, but all I would need to do is disconnect and I'm ready to roll. Just that easy. Now another thing that I like about the Surface Book is that I can play some of my Xbox games on the computer itself. See, this is NBA 2K20. Here's my mini Xbox controller. As you can see, Liz Cambage making her way to the court. Las Vegas Aces Little WNBA action going on. Liz Cambage is my favorite WNBA player at the moment. So I can stream. What I'm doing right now is that I'm streaming the game from my Xbox. You can also play directly from your computer without streaming from the Xbox. You see Candace Parker and the Los Angeles Sparks there. Let's get it on. This is actually my first time playing 2K20. I just downloaded it a few days ago, but I've been into Gears of War 5 on the Xbox One actually, so hadn't got around to playing this. But as you can see, it's playing pretty well. It's streaming from the Xbox right now. Uh-oh. Okay. Let me get going here before I take an L. But gameplay is pretty smooth. You know, it's not as good as it would be playing on the Xbox itself. Dang, she jaded me. But you can do it. You know, you can play on here. And that's just another thing that, you know, swayed me to it. Oh, get buckets. Oh, I got fouled. Yeah, let's post up, Liz. Post up, Liz. Get buckets. Oh, shoot. Oh, she missed. So another feature that was a strong selling point for me, as I mentioned before, was to be able to combine all my devices and have a tablet, a computer, and dock it so that it can be my main workstation computer as well. And with this, as I mentioned before, it's all of those things. And let me show you the last thing that was a big feature for me that kind of drew me here was the fact that I can hit this button here. Boom. And as you can see, it says ready to detach. I pick it up and now I have a tablet. Fully functional tablet. You know, as you can see here. Now say, alright, I want to read. I'll go back to my apps here. Boom. Go to Kobo Reader. Bam. Here I am. I'm reading. Little Dresden Files. Death Mask. Okay. Back in here. And I'm making it happen. This is now a tablet. You know, a fully functional tablet for me to read on. A bigger screen than the Kindle Fire. Works perfectly fine. It's not as heavy as I thought it was. You know, I thought that since this is a 13-inch screen, that this was going to be a heavy screen to hold and it wouldn't be comfortable as a tablet. But it works perfectly fine. And it's actually better on my eyes for reading like this. So I really enjoy this feature. I think this is a nice touch. So all in all, I'm pretty happy with my decision to go with the Surface Book 2. I feel like it does everything that I was looking for. It replaces my tablet. It replaces the Pixel Book. It replaces my Mac Mini. All three of those things combined into one with enough power to do everything that I was looking for. Right now I'm just kind of low video editing, but if I wanted to take it to the next level, I have enough power now that I'll be able to do so. And if I want to just sit back, relax, read a book, I can do that. If I wanted to game a little bit, I can do that as well. It really covers all the bases. And if I don't really feel like sitting around with a laptop in my lap, I can bring it here and dock it to my main monitor, which is probably how I have it most of the time, and get work done just as I would with my previous setup. So I'm still learning. There's a lot to learn with the Microsoft ecosystem because I haven't really been using a Microsoft computer in years other than at work. So I have a lot to learn. I have a lot to learn about the functionality and how to do a lot of things, but I'm excited for it. I've always wanted a Surface device. My wife actually has a Surface Go, so every now and again I kind of play around with hers, but now I have my own Surface device that I can get to learn, and the Xbox integration is also amazing for me. So this is what I'm going with for now. The iMovie and Final Cut Pro thing, Oh man, that was a tough sell. I really went back and forth on should I actually keep the MacBook because of those things, but at the end of the day, man, it's just I was gonna pick the MacBook just for those two apps, not for anything else, not because I thought it was the better computer, not for functionality or anything else. I just was picking it because of two apps, not because of everything else it can do, which is ultimately why Surface Book 2 came out ahead. But anyway, that's gonna do it for this one. Thumbs up if you like this video. Subscribe if you have not already. Thank you all for watching. I truly appreciate it. More content is on the way, and I will holler at you all in the next video. Peace.